All right, so this is going to be a short video. This isn't going to be very long. I just want to just ask my opinion on this topic. I have never talked about it before, and if anybody who watches this channel don't know where I stand on this, you'll know today. Um, there are people using YouTube for different reasons. Obviously, you got people on here that want to make a living. You got people on here that have ministries. You have people on here that want to spread information, do some teachings. You got people out there that want to be comedic. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why people start YouTube channels. But one of the reasons why I think a person should never start a YouTube channel is because they need it for their mental health. I think that's not an intelligent thing to do. How can I put this? I'm going to use Shani as an example, Shani for Christ, or Shani for herself, or Shani for Satan as an example on why I believe that it's not intelligent and quite stupid to try to use YouTube. And you know what? I think I'm going to use Foodie Beauty as well as an example for why YouTube should not be used. Why YouTube should not be used as a medium for mental health. Some people, for some reason, have this thing in their head that they think that it's intelligent to get on here and blurt out every little tiny thing that's going on in your life, from going to the bathroom to the dust that's on their wall. Like literally, they put everything on social media. They put everything on YouTube so that everybody can know what's going on in your life. And using Shani as an example, a lot of times you'll hear Shani and Rev blame other YouTube channels for the fact that people are getting involved in their personal life, when in reality, they're the ones turning on their cameras. They're the ones giving people their address. They're the ones telling people, like for example, when Rev did what he did to Shani's kid, Shani was the one I got on here and told everybody what was happening. I don't recall, even the people that didn't like me at the time, I don't recall any of them having that information prior to Shani putting that information out there for people. Shani putting that information out there so people can know what's going on. Shani made a video saying that, Rev got arrested because he kicked her son. Like what was the purpose of her getting on YouTube and saying that? And what did she think the consequences was going to be? First of all, the people on social media don't like you. They're listening to and hanging on to every word that you say. What is the purpose of doing that? You can't get on here and say this is good for my mental health. Let me be an open book to everything that's going on out there and whatnot. And it's stupid. And everything that Shani and Rev is going through right now, in terms of these other channels dealing with them, they absolutely deserve, because they are the ones that's offering out this information for free. Okay, not to say that Shani and Rev aren't deserving of some of the things that they're going through. You know what I mean? They're the ones offering this information for free. Foodie Beauty is doing the same thing. Foodie Beauty is literally going out there and telling you about the dust that's behind her wallpaper, and she's going out there telling you the kind of toilet paper that she's using. She's literally feeding everybody every drop of information they need to make videos and talk about them. And then when they make the videos about them, they don't like it. They're not happy about the fact that people know certain things. Well, they wouldn't know if you didn't put it on YouTube. Like, I'm still a mystery on here to a certain extent, because I don't get on here and talk about my personal life. Nobody knows what's going on in my personal life right now, and I like it that way. You want to know why? Because I don't come on here and talk about it, because I know the consequences of that. The second it comes out of my mouth, people have the right to respond to it. That's why I can't get on here and say, well, you shouldn't be, and you shouldn't be, and you shouldn't be, and you shouldn't be. The only time I get like that is when I know I didn't say anything, and there's no video proof that I didn't say anything. That's when the problems begin. That's when you can get legal with people. But if Shani had the money to take people to court, What is she going to say in court? They're just repeating what she has openly said on here. There is no benefit for anyone's mental health to come on here and blurt out all your business to everybody, especially when you want to get on here, Shannon. You talk about you're some movie star. You know what I mean? Like you're some type of celebrity. Like I don't hear Denzel Washington or any of these celebrities going out there telling you what's going on behind their wallpaper and the kind of toilet paper that they're using. You know, they use a little sense when they're talking about their personal life. But if you're going to get on here and you're going to talk about you using a bucket for this, or you're financially you're doing this, like Shanny, like for example, when Shanny and Red was together, I had no idea the amount of money that those two had until Shanny got on here. Well, he's a millionaire, he's rich, and you know, everybody else is poor, and she's a diva. She was the one that was coming on here talking about this. So how can she be angry at people when you're the one giving everyone this free information? Then you're saying you're doing it for your mental health. You know, Rev, you're not feeling good. Why don't you go on YouTube and let everybody know every little tiny detail that's going on in your life, and it'll make you feel better. Then he does it. He feels better for about a minute or two before everybody starts repeating what came out of his mouth. They start repeating what came out of his mouth. And you can't get mad. When I used to get mad when people started coming after me, they said things that I never said, or I never did, or they twisted things that I said. And if I did do something, people offered their opinion with a little bit of twisting to it, which turned it into a lie. I mean, I can literally do it. Like the amount of videos I can do catching people in lies, what they said about me is absolutely unbelievable. I can literally make about like 400 or 500 videos on that topic alone if I wanted to. But what's the point, right? People need to stop getting on here and talking about their life all the time. Like if you want to try, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you a little trick that I started learning on here, and I might be talking a little bit too much, but if people catch what I'm saying, you can know how to protect yourself on social media. All right. And I'm not talking to Shani no more. I'm talking to the person out there that wants to potentially, because Shani's not going to listen to me. Shani's going to continue to do what she's doing. Her mother says she creates this stuff on purpose because she wants attention and whatnot. I mean, I get it. I understand. But for the person out there that understands what I'm saying, if you didn't say it and then somebody else is saying it and it happens to be true, you can get legal with that person. Because how did they get the information? You never said nothing about it. Shani and Rev can't say that. They can't say. Even the car situation, when I learned about him having a new car, long before I said anything, Rev was talking about this car. Like he has no case. Because Shani and Rev, they get on here and they talk about their personal life over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then they get angry when people make video responses about it. And they can get angry all they want. People are going to continue to do it until they learn how to shut their mouth up. And sometimes I listen to Rev, and Rev has a little bit of sense like, okay, I think we need to keep this private. Let's not talk about this. Let's keep this private. And then he listens to Shani a little bit, and then they come on here and they blur out their personal life. These other channels will repeat what's going on in their personal life, and then they'll be angry about it. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. If you have a substance abuse problem, if you're struggling with something, if something is going on in your personal life, and people on social media want to know about it, we need to get back to this all important point. It's none of your business. Let's try this again. It's none of your business. Let's try this one more time. It's none of your business. If I didn't talk about it or somebody else didn't talk about it and it's not factually true, it's none of your business. The second you get on here, blah, 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 let's say, for example, I started getting on here and I talk about a new thing I bought from the store or whatever, right? And the thing I bought cost like $4 or $5 grand or whatever, right? Something I bought. And I get into the details about it and I talk about how it affects my life. if there's somebody on here who watches me enough, they're going to make a video response about it, and they're going to offer their opinion about it. How can I get angry about it? How can I get angry over a video response? Video responses was never the issue with me. You know, people talking about things that I never brought up. Those are the things that used to get under my skin. But Shani, a lot of the things that you're going through right now, you brought upon yourself. Like, honestly, you could have got involved with Rev. I mean, this is what an intelligent person would have did. You could have got involved with Rev, and you could have left social media. Then nobody knows nothing after that. Nope. You got involved with him. You got a hold of his money, and you bragged 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 and you bragged, and then people started making video responses about it. People started offering their opinions about it, and you don't like that. And you cannot like it till you're blue in the face. But the point of the matter is, you're not intelligent for doing that. Rev too. Rev has gotten on here and dropped this person in his family, that person in his family, and other. He did it. Nobody else did it. He did it. And then people made responses to it. Because they don't understand that they're feeding the machine. We know Shani's going to do this because her own mother said that the reason she did it because she wants to create chaos, because she needs attention. Because without attention, she can't function. These negative emails, she loves it. These negative attacks on YouTube, she loves it. This attacking her personally, she loves it because it gives her attention. It gives her a sense of value. It gives her a sense of value. But then she gets on here and says, the reason why I do this is because of my mental health, and it makes me feel better to get on here and rant about my personal life. Okay, fine. You can get on here. You have a right to get on here and rant about your personal life. You have a right, if you want to, talk about your personal information. But you'll notice in the chat there, right now, I'm looking at my chat right now. It says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So if you don't guard your personal life, guess what? And you start getting on here talking about it, other people are going to talk about it. And you can't blame nobody. Listen, if you're going to take somebody to court over somebody attacking something that you talked about, you're going to get embarrassed. You was the one who brought it up. YouTube gives you the right to respond to it. Stop using this platform as a man to get on here and talk about. Truthfully, Trisha, she gets on here and she talks about her personal life over and over and over. Nobody is supposed to know where this woman lives. Nobody is supposed to know what's going on in her life. And she gets on here and she gives people free information on a day by day basis. I'm seeing bigger YouTubers, people who got like 200 and 300. No. Somebody who's got like 1 million subscribers getting on here telling people what his real name is, telling them how they can follow, how they can find them in real life. Not understanding social media, not understanding the dangers of who's actually watching you and who might show up. Well, I'll practice my castle laws. You can practice your castle laws all you want. The point is, you just told a whole bunch of people you don't know where you live and how to contact you. They didn't have to dig it up. All they had to do was listen. I have two friends here on social media. One of them is Matthew 4:19. The other one is the Bible Thumping Winner. Years ago, they stopped calling themselves by their YouTube names and they started using their real names. And I think the reason why they did that is because they wanted to take away the power from the people who would dot drop them and everything and whatnot. But the problem is they talked about where they worked and they talked about where they lived. So what do you think was eventually going to happen? They talked about these things. They talked about these things. So they're going to suffer the consequences. And then the people that's coming on here trying to use this for therapy, there's nothing therapeutic about YouTube. There's nothing therapeutic about social media. This place is dangerous. This is like walking in dangerous streets. And if you don't know, if you're not street smart and you don't know how to conduct yourself in these streets, you're going to be used, you're going to be abused, and you're going to be destroyed the second you push somebody the wrong way. Stop using this as therapy. This is not therapy. If you want therapy, if you really think you need some mental health or whatever, go see a professional. in your personal life and keep all that stuff private and stop talking about it on social media, giving people ammunition to destroy you. Some people on here really believe they're invincible. Listen, all it takes is for you to make a video, slip up, think you're all powerful, and think no one can touch you, and they hear, oh, you got a job. Oh, that's one fact. I got a job. Oh, you can find me in this state. Oh, now we know what state you live in. Oh, I'm friends with this person. Now we know who your friends are. Oh, this person is going through this mental problem. Let's make a note of that. Oh, this person, toilet paper is this. Okay, let's make a note of that. Shani wants to get on here, for example. I'm gonna use her again. Try to use this platform as a place for her mental health and whatnot. She's breaking her laptops because she's letting these people get her so angry that she's punching her computer and breaking her laptops. She's using this as therapy, and claiming that she's a clean person, that she has proper hygiene and all those other stuff. When she forgets that she gave people permission to go into her old place over there in Boulder, Colorado. She forgets that I was in that place the first time before they threw me out. And then wants to come on here and play pretend like she's this clean and decent person and everything and whatnot. You're the one going out there giving people all this ammunition to destroy you. YouTube is not therapy. YouTube is a platform that you can use to either make money, share your thoughts and your ideas. But this is not a place, that's going to be therapeutic for you. It's just not. Okay. If you want to talk your personal life, my advice to you is to do that in private with people that you actually know and has proven that they can be trustworthy. There are people on here that will pretend to be your friends and they will get your information. They will use it against you later. I've watched this for well over 12 years here on YouTube. And like I said, Shani and Rev are the architects for their own destruction. Okay, the reason why truthfully Trisha constantly gets swatted because she's giving free information out there. The reason why Indigo was going through the things that she was going through when she was on here is because she was giving away free information about her personal life. Like she talked about everything that was going on in her life on here. As if these people, and I'm going to be kind of mean saying this, but as if these people on here care. There's only the people that's close to you that's going to be able to offer you good advice or to be able to help you out the way you need help and whatnot. Now, like I said, some people are just going to disagree with me, and that's fine. This is just my opinion. But you start showing your car, you start showing your license plates, you start listening. The second you start doing all of that, you're making yourself a target. You're making yourself a victim. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? So stop using this place as therapy. This is not therapy. If you want therapy, if you want to be properly diagnosed for having something, you need to go see a healthcare professional. One of the reasons why I know Rev is saying that he has borderline personality disorder and some of these other things is because Shani told him he had those things. It's not because a healthcare professional told him that. Shani is not a healthcare professional. See, if I was in the world, I would say this a certain way. A lot of you never met me when I wasn't a Christian, but the way I would word this, a lot of you would probably get offended because I was a very insensitive person back then. But a person who is suffering from severe mental illness should not be going out there diagnosing other people with for having severe mental illness. You're not even there yourself, and you're sitting there talking about somebody else's issues. You know what I mean? Somebody in the chat saying we keep bringing each other up. I'm using them as an example. I could have just used Foodie Beauty, or I could have used Truthfully Trisha, or a number of other people who are constantly always talking about their personal life, talking about where they live, and then they get angry and they get upset when people show up at their door, or when people start harassing their personal life. You shouldn't have talked about it on here. You should have never brought it up when you was on here. And it's as simple as that. Like I said, Shani, like I said, I'm going to use Shani as an example again. I'm going to use Truthfully Trisha. In this sense, these people want the chaos. They want the problems because they can't shut up about their personal life. Like I said, the person that told these people, and this is just my opinion again, that this is therapy needs to be tarred, feathered, and laughed at in the public square. Because that's just dumb. This ain't therapy. This is social media. And social media can be a very good place to meet people and when you can share thoughts and ideas. But this is going to be a very dangerous place as well. And if you don't know how to be street smart and tread in these streets, you're just going to get your behind handed to you. Well, Lubis, I wasn't always a Christian. You know what I mean? I wasn't always a Christian. And like I said, what I said earlier, I would have worded that totally different. I hear myself saying this in my head. If I were to repeat this out loud, a lot of you would get mad at me. So I just can't do that. But and no, it had nothing to do with what I normally say on the other channel or whatever. I'm just saying that I can be really insensitive when I'm giving hard advice sometimes. I understand that about myself. But I also understand that the people who are thinking that social media is supposed to be used for therapy, like I said, they should be tarred, feathered, and put in the public square. And that is precisely what's happening to them. Rev and Shanny are getting what they deserve because they can't shut up about their personal life. You know, we're starving and we're going through this and we're going through that. And, you know, and people can see that they're lying through their teeth. Yet they insist on keep doing this. Truthfully, Trisha, I watched a stream where she was publicly swatted with the police. Maybe I shouldn't say swatted, but where the police showed up and they was asking her, was she okay and everything, right in the middle of a stream. That's never going to happen to me because nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody's going to do it to me because I keep my mouth shut. I don't trust nobody on here enough to talk about where I live. Nobody. Not even, well, actually, the only person that knows how to find me is Evangelist Ken. He's the only one. Nobody else went. But I did get some personal information here. But I know Evangelist Ken well enough to know that he won't get on here and talk about it. Plus, he's rarely even on social media anymore. Mr. Lubis says, yeah, G-Man, the joke was that you're a horrible person now. Imagine you as not a Christian. Well, I'm not a joke. I'm definitely not a good person, and neither are you, Lubis. And I'm very much a Christian. I'm very much washed with the blood of Jesus Christ. And like I said, if you think I'm not, we can have a one-on-one about that. I do not run from the smoke. I don't run from the smoke at all. But I just wanted to put that out there. I don't support people using YouTube as therapy. This is not the place for therapy. If you believe you need therapy, go see a doctor. And if you really need professional medical advice about if you have a condition, go talk to a doctor and don't talk to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your best friend's neighbor's cousin's favorite nephew or whatever. Go see somebody who's qualified to be able to talk to you about what you may be going through mentally and where you can get professional advice on how to get over it. If you don't, and you continue to get on YouTube and do the things that you're doing, then you deserve everything that you're going to get.